You ever wonder what GTA would be like if you were in school? No? Let me show you.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle feeds the flame. Yeah, yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams that scatter. And you pull them all together, and I can't explain. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true.
Platinum number 30 comes from the game Bully. The 2006 PlayStation 2 classic has us all over the place, giving kids wedgies, pulling fire alarms, starting food fights, planting faces and firecrackers in the toilet, and overall being a complete menace to society. Whether it's fighting teachers and secretaries, or causing havoc in the streets outside of school, Bully offers a unique trophy experience that I honestly wasn't expecting. Let me break it down for you and show you our journey to this platinum. Bully has 5 chapters in its story, and you get a trophy for completing each one. During each chapter, I was constantly doing different challenges that would get me closer to that platinum. You guys should know by now, I don't just play the story and do everything after, I more so like to do everything all at the same time. Don't judge me. In chapter 1, we immediately started knocking trophies out left and right. Our first one comes from hitting 100 soccer balls, and this was a lot more tedious than you may think, but we did manage to get it done. As I badly hinted in the intro of this video, Bully takes place in a school, so naturally we have class. Huh? There's chemistry, English, art, gym, shop, and photography. You can choose to skip these classes, but since I'm a good noodle, I attended them and got a trophy for completing 3 of them. In between classes, you know we had to be a little Casanova, and we got a trophy for getting 25 kisses. 3 minutes later, we're back on our menace timing and pass out outside while getting a trophy for staying out 5 hours past curfew. But then we head back to class, and after completing another 3 for a total of 6, we get another class-related trophy. The next 4 trophies are very miscellaneous, but they embody the game of Bully. First, we have to pick 50 flowers, and that trophy goes hand in hand with the 25 kisses trophy, because in order to kiss the girls, you first have to gift them flowers or chocolates. The chocolates were for the fat girls. Sorry. I had to sneak that in there. That was funny. Nonetheless, we picked 50 flowers right outside the girls' dorm. Second, we have to trip 25 people using marbles, and the way we did this was by pulling the fire alarm in the boys' dorm and watching these poor souls fall to their deaths. These final 2 trophies go hand in hand as I did them both in the boys' dorm, which was smacking 50 people with a stink bomb and handing out 50 wedgies. It was just something so diabolical about these last 2 trophies. How many people watching this ever got a wedgie?
Just want to reach out and say bullying, not cool.
Our next trophy is just completing chapter 1, which is us just meeting this psychopath Gary and him leading us around the school causing trouble until he betrays us and locks us in this cage with this kid who's had one too many donuts. Whooped his ass. Let's go. Freshman. Fresh meat. I'm just playing. Now in chapter 2, we deal with the preppy rich kids and end up getting into a whole bunch of nonsense like boxing and the carnival. Our first trophy in chapter 2 comes from us just taunting people.
Yo, mama.
Oh, we got it. Say 100 taunts. Awesome. And we also bought 100 sodas as well. Yes!
Can't never have too much sugar.
Yes! Now that we're able to leave school grounds and head into the town, we get our next trophy for egging 25 cars. I mentioned the carnival earlier, and at the carnival you got a bunch of challenges and minigames that can honestly be quite tedious. One of the challenges at the carnival is go-kart races, and for completing all of them, we get a trophy. Now in Bully, you have side missions called errands, where random people will walk up to you and ask you to do the most random things for them. There's 3 trophies associated with these tasks, which consist of us completing 10, 20, and 30 errands. We get the first trophy for completing 10. That brings us to the end of chapter 2, and after successfully taking over the preppies and asserting dominance over the rich, we got our next trophy and another one for having 2 cliques having 100% respect for us. Chapter 3 is all about the greasers, and if anyone's seen Greaser or Hairspray or even Crybaby, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about.
Don't make me laugh. Ha ha ha.
While going through chapter 3 though, we didn't get too many trophies, but managed to get a couple. The first one being Rich Kid Blues, in which it popped just for us having $1,000 in pocket change. The second one is the second portion of those 3 Aaron trophies I mentioned earlier, where we get this one for now completing 20. This brought us to the end of chapter 3, where we have to beat up the leader of the Greasers, Johnny Vincent. Of course that's his name. That's like the most greaser name ever. Johnny Vincent. That's funny. Anywho, since Johnny Boy is taken care of, we gain the respect of the Greasers in our next trophy as well. Now in chapter 4, we see some jocks making fun of our friend Petey here, and well, we decide to do something about it. Before exacting vengeance on them though, we had several trophies to pop throughout the chapter. The first one being Down for the Count, which is just us knocking out 200 opponents. Bully also has jobs which you can earn money, like being a paper boy or mowing the lawns around town. For the Green Thumb trophy, we popped that for mowing the lawn 10 times. Remember how I mentioned earlier the carnival has tedious minigames? Yeah, this is one of them. Glass Dismissed requires us to shoot 300 bottles at the shooting gallery, and me, because I'm not always paying attention, thought I had to get a high score of 300. That is not the case at all. Instead, we just literally had to break 300 bottles. This trophy sucked, but not as much as these next two, where we had to perform 200 wheelies on a bike and also steal 20 bikes. I can't express to you guys just how unnecessary these trophies are. I'm not sure who did the trophy list here, but they was definitely in their bag when they did it.
I was just being a bitch.
We finally reached the end of chapter 4 and beat the brakes off Ted, the leader of the jocks, to finally get revenge for our boy Petey and get the jocks in line. Imagine being a jock named Ted. That's like naming a lion Sparkles. Like, the math ain't mathin'.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We've now finally reached the final chapter in this game. After completing the go-kart carnival races, we unlock the go-kart street races, and when completing those, we get a trophy. Next, we finally finished the rest of our classes, and in my opinion, Shop was definitely the worst. The mechanics are so broken and old, it's honestly a miracle I pulled it off. I'm still a beast at dodgeball though. Now this next trophy has got to be the worst experience this game has to offer. As you heard me mention 5 sentences ago, this game is old and broken. Keep that in mind, because our next challenge requires us to get the high score on 3 arcade games: Consumo, Nutshot, and Monkey Fling. The first 2 weren't too bad, but it certainly had its moments. The last one though was absolutely diabolical. I had to use a stupid invincibility glitch because I could not handle it. I beat the high score, but because I quit the game and didn't die naturally, the trophy did not pop and it didn't count. I had to do the invincibility glitch again and die naturally just for the trophy to pop. It was absolutely unnecessary. The final Aaron trophy for this game was for completing 30 Aaron missions, and we finally got that done in this chapter. The next 3 trophies here were so grindy, I didn't even get the point of it. We had to travel 100 kilometers by foot and by bike, and then we had to travel 50 kilometers by skateboard. Now throughout the game, I was constantly riding the bike and always running around, so by the end of chapter 5, we were basically done with them. After a little riding and running around, we got the first 2 no problem. For the skateboard, I hung on the back of cars and let them drive me around until that trophy popped. We took all the money earned throughout the game and bought 250 clothing items for the Sharp Dressed Man trophy. We are now at the end of chapter 5, where we beat up the townies, get them in line, save the school from Gary, and ultimately put hands and feet on Buddy for our final story-related trophy. Like every Rockstar game, Bully has a form of a 100% completion trophy. Kleptomania requires us to get room trophies for our dorm. You get these trophies by completing missions, getting collectibles, or completing side activities. Completing the final mission in the game gave us the final room trophy. Now this final trophy was straight out of Nightmares. Bully has a point system called trouble points, and when causing trouble, you have this meter on the right that increases your trouble points. So when being a bully, naturally your trouble points increase. To get this last trophy, we just had to surpass 160,000 trouble points. And I did this by pulling the fire alarm and throwing stink bombs and firecrackers at people in the boys' dorm. I was also stuffing kids in trash cans too and vandalizing all the furniture. Just an absolute tedious and unnecessary grind, but you guys know me. This wasn't gonna stop me, and after a good amount of time went by, and I mean a good amount of time, we finally popped that platinum trophy. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. We did it! Yay! Oh yes! Unlock every trophy! Let's go! Bully is a wonderful experience and a great game by Rockstar. I truly wish they could give this game a sequel and continue to build on Jimmy Hopkins to give him more story and depth. Imagine Bully but on a college campus. That would be fire. If you haven't gotten this platinum yet, I highly recommend you do. It's really fun. With that being said, though, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you smack that like button down below for me. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. Turn that bell icon so you don't miss a single video by me. It's been your boy, Brandon. Peace and love, everyone. Take care. Can't forget our next platinum, though. Here it is.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? No hugs.